So yesterday I went on my Snapchat and asked you guys to send in questions anonymously. One question that caught my eye and I wanted to talk about was, do you ever get accused of taking steroids? That's a great question, mate. Yes, I do, and I have, and I will. And I think this is the harsh truth in the bodybuilding community, you know, online, Reddit, bodybuilding.com, all these different forums. There seems to be this belief that a good physique is instantly due to steroids and a bad physique is natural, and you need to look like shit to be natural, and as soon as you look good, you're on roids. I mean, I was 18 and getting accused of steroids on Reddit by loads of people who don't even know me. Guys, I'm not gonna stick a needle in my butt for gains. Listen, I understand the mentality and I'm not knocking people who do it, and there's reasons to do it. If you want to compete and be the biggest, you want to own bodybuilding, then you gotta take steroids. You simply need to take roids to gain that competitive advantage, or at least level with the competition. So if you want to be a bodybuilder, then you need to take steroids, and I understand, cool. But just to look like better and destroy your health in the long term, I'm not like 100% familiar of what it does to you, but if you see big bodybuilders, a lot of them die young. It's a recipe for an early death for some. And here's the thing, steroids are borrowed gains. You take steroids, you blow up, you become bigger, but you have to keep taking steroids to keep that mass or keep getting bigger. And as soon as you come off it, you shrink. And I've seen that happen. I joined the gym one time and there was a big ass guy, and then I was just training, and like after a year, I think he left, and then he came back, and when he came back, the guy just wasn't there. Like, where did he go? He was tiny, and that's just roids. You disappear as quick as it appears. So nah, I don't believe in that. See, what you build naturally, you're way more likely to hold on to and keep. So like when quarantine came about this year, I stopped going gym completely. I wasn't getting any muscle stimulation. I pretty much stayed the same, maintained, normal. So that is also a plus, being natural. It's like, it's yours. You earned it. It's not borrowed. And to be honest, I get it, because people are comparing themselves to what they see online, and they're thinking, shit, I've been training for 5 years. I haven't made much progress. There's this guy who said he's done this in a year transformation. Has to be roids. But the factor that a lot of these people seem to almost dismiss is genetics. Genetics is crazy in terms of playing a part in how you look. It's night and day. Put it this way. Someone who's natural can have a better physique than someone who's on steroids. Genetics just play that much of a factor. Just consider it as talent. What's talent? Just having a predisposition towards something. And people are talented singers. That means you're born with a beautiful singing voice. People are talented runners. They're just extremely quick. People are talented basketball players. Extremely tall, athletic, powerful. People are just predisposed to certain things. And you have to understand that some people are predisposed to build muscle and just look good. And that's the way it is. And not everyone that looks good is juicing. So, I know, it comes down to miseducation. Like, people don't understand these things. People, like, don't even understand simple concepts when it comes to diet and training. So I wouldn't expect people to understand about genetics, things like that. But genetics plays so many different key roles in like having a good physique. So first, let's think about bone structure. Like, damn, I've got these super cool wide shoulders, I'm sure you've seen. And that's just bone structure. And you can't change that. Some people are born with narrow shoulders, some people are born tall, fat, skinny, all different shapes and sizes. And I was born with a pretty narrow waist, wide shoulders, I'm tall, I don't know what else really, but that all is gonna lead to a better physique. Also, genetics determines how your body responds to training. So some people, they pick up a weight, stimulate the muscle, and it grows. And it will continue growing for a lot of years. High ceiling of potential. And some people pick up a weight, train, and nothing really happens. They have to go for months and years to see progress. So I get when people see a big guy and say, roids. A lot of times it also comes down to jealousy. You know, people see someone that looks better than them and they just want to make themselves feel better by discrediting that other person and saying, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. Guys, that's not to say there's tons of people out there on steroids, because there really is. And it's actually shocking for me. My dad told me that back in the day in Poland, in like the 90s, it was the norm. Everyone was juicing. But you know, times have changed, cultures have changed. And I couldn't really imagine doing that. Like, I don't know, man. There's no need. You know, I take pride in being natural. And why? Because I look good. And I know I built this naturally, and I know I look damn good. If I was small and I didn't have muscle, I wouldn't really take pride in being natural. I'd be natural, but I wouldn't take pride in it. But because I look good, I take pride in the fact that I'm natural. People tell you, hey, take it as a compliment when someone accuses you of taking steroids, but it just kind of rubs you the wrong way, you know? Is it a compliment really? Because it's not really, like, kind of discrediting my hard work. I mean, listen, some people would have to take a lot of steroids to look like I do, so you just never really know. It's a kind of a guessing game, but if you've got a good head and you really understand, like, the sport of bodybuilding, you can usually tell who's on steroids and who's not. For example, here's one reason why I wouldn't be. I've got weak points. Like, a year ago, my legs were shit. Like, they're nothing special now. Let me show you. Like, these are just some normal legs. But, you know, people see the pictures I post online. I'll be looking shredded. It's good angles, good lighting. I give it a little edit and they'll be like, steroids? I can guarantee you in the next year or more, I would definitely be getting accusations for steroids. People will be like, yeah, this motherfucker's juicing. But these are people that don't know you. They don't know who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in. They know nothing about you. Like, all my friends can tell you that I've just always been a big, strong guy. And, you know, I get a bit older, the facial hair grows, testosterone starts kicking, and damn, pick up the weight and doosh. Plus, not to mention, my dad was fucking huge, so, I mean, geez, you know what I mean? Anyways, I think I've touched upon the topic enough. Side note, a lot of people who take steroids don't even look good, you know? That's my 2 cents on steroids. I didn't really talk about the science. I don't know much about it. That's not my lane. But if you did enjoy this video and you want to ask me a question, all you got to do is ask Dan. Anyways, like the video, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and step your game up. Peace.